vision.
You are not allowed to be a president if you're not born in this country. He may not have been born in this country, but there's something on that person, maybe religion, maybe it says he's a Muslim, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want that, or he may not have one. But I will tell you this, if he wasn't born in this country, it's one of the great scams of all time.
Absolutely.
But that night, in front of Washington's journalists, politicians, and power brokers, Obama would hit back.
President Obama takes the microphone.
All right, everybody, please have a seat. Donald Trump is here tonight.
And proceeds to fillet Donald publicly.
No one is happier, no one is prouder to put this birth certificate matter to rest than the Donald. And that's because he can finally get back to focusing on the issues that matter. Like, did we fake the moon landing?
I was sitting 20 feet from him, and just the look of discomfort on his face.
What really happened in Roswell? And where are Biggie and Tupac?
Donald's face was so incredibly serious. It was so incredibly he just put on a poker face.
I was 2 tables away from Trump. The conventional way in Washington of absorbing a joke at the White House Correspondents' Dinner is to keep your chin up and at least pretend to have a sense of humor about it, even if you go cry into your pillow that night. Trump was steaming. His face was all locked in. He was not having a good time.
All kidding aside, obviously we all know about your credentials and breadth of experience. For example, no, seriously, just recently, in an episode of Celebrity Apprentice, at the steakhouse, the men's cooking team did not impress the judges from Omaha Steaks. And there was a lot of blame to go around, but you, Mr. Trump, recognized that the real problem was a lack of leadership. And so ultimately you didn't blame Little John or Meatloaf. You fired Gary Busey. And these are the kind of decisions that would keep me up at night.
And he's being treated like a piñata by the President of the United States. And I think he felt humiliated.
Well handled, sir. Well handled.
But it just kept going, and he just kept hammering him. And I thought, oh, Barack Obama is starting something that I don't know if he'll be able to finish.
Say what you will about Mr. Trump. He certainly would bring some change to the White House. Let's see what we've got up there.
Donald dreads humiliation, and he dreads shame. So in the case of the president ridiculing him, I think this was intolerable for Donald Trump.
I think that is the night that he resolves to run for president. I think that he is kind of motivated by it. Maybe I'll just run. Maybe I'll show them all.
Every critic, every detractor will have to bow down to President Trump. It's everyone who's ever doubted Donald, whoever disagreed, whoever challenged him. It is the ultimate revenge to become the most powerful man in the universe.
God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.
Mr. Trump, your next appointment is here.
Great. Come on in. Have a seat. Let's see what you've been up to. This is your review. So, your current position. It looks like you've never really managed people before. You've never run a business. Who hired you? You oversee budgets, and you were never responsible for making a payroll or signing paychecks. You've really never balanced anything, certainly not your own budget. Now, your golf swing is good, but I know you get to play a lot. And for all that you play, you should have a much more upright finish. You'd be much better at the game. You had some clear objectives when you took the reins. You promised hope and change. How did you do there? Okay, what else? Let's see, how about marketing? Oh, you have a new slogan.
We have to move forward.
In your case, really, that's a lot better than having the people look back because it hasn't been a pretty period. But you know, I have a slogan too. We'll get to that later. Now, you're a really good speaker. I love the way you speak. But talk is cheap. We've got to get results. Without results, it all doesn't matter. There's no reason for keeping important information away from people that hired you. Frankly, it makes us worry whether or not we can trust you at all. There are fewer people working today than when you took office. And certainly, that is a change. So you were right about that. Yet you spent $787 billion on a stimulus plan promising unemployment would go to 6%.
That's a step in the right direction.
We have a problem. Today, it's 8.3%. You've run up almost as much debt as every other president combined. I know, it wasn't your fault. It's never anybody's fault. You've inherited it, right? You jammed an expensive, convoluted healthcare system down our throat. How much can one group of people take? The bottom line is we want results. China and virtually every other country throughout the world is laughing at us. They take advantage of us. They think we're run by a bunch of fools. OPEC, driving energy prices through the roof. The fact is, the American people want results. President Obama, you're fired.